Good morning, guys. How are you? This is Elma coming to you from Hooks Up Needles Ready Yarn. Okay, it has been about 2 weeks, and I'm back. Probably a little bit more than 2 weeks, and I'm back. And I'm here to just say, life happens, things happen, and I try. It's Christmas time. Yesterday, I was able to go Christmas shopping, and I got everything done. Every year I tell myself, Elma, you're going to get this Christmas shopping done early. You're going to start from the beginning of the year and continue until Christmas next year. Do I do that? No, I don't. Every year I am out there in the crowd hustling. And this year I'm out there in the crowd hustling with a mask on. But I went only to 3 stores. I went to Michael's, Target, and Joann's, and that was where I did my shopping. Some shopping for me, obviously, and also some shopping for my children primarily. I am doing some makes for some gifts for my mother. Trying to finish a sweater that I started last year, and that was what was going to be her Christmas gift when I had started knitting last year, 2019, and I started that late 2019, and I'm trying to still finish it. Here we are, late 2020, so that is the goal. Those are the goals, to finish that. And then I have another make to show, which is for one of the principal rather of my children's school. And I want to start some things for the teachers, since we are going back to school from on January 4th. So I have some things that I want to start for the teachers. Okay, so let's start with the whips, and let's get into this. Okay, I have a lot to show you. This is going to be an extended version. Again, it's been a little over 2 weeks since the last time I podcasted. So we can consider this vlog 1 through 20. Right? Vlogmas 1 through 20 for me. And we'll be all caught up by the end of this. Okay, so tuck in, grab your drink, get your hot chocolate, your hot coffee, whatever you so desire to drink this morning. It is Sunday, December 20th, and it is 6:23 in the a.m. here in Queens, New York, and we about to get this done. All right, so my name again is Elma. This this podcast is Hooks Up Needles Ready Yarn. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you, and I hope that you come back again. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. I would appreciate it greatly. My numbers are going up steadily, and I would love to get to 1,000, or at least 100 by January, and hopefully 1,000 by the end of January. I would love that. So please help me achieve that goal. I would very much appreciate it. You can find me on the web as Dark and Lovely at Ravelry, and at Instagram, Dark and Lovely. Dark and Lovely is spelled DRKNLUVLI. Dark and Lovely. Okay, and you can find me there on Instagram and Ravelry as that. All right, and down below, I will do my best to link everything that I speak about, all the podcasters that I speak about, and all the products that I speak about. So I just want to make this disclaimer before we begin. Also, that I am affiliated by nobody. I'm sponsored by nobody. Everything that I am showing and presenting are things that I have spent my own money on. And no company or large yarn company, small indie dyers, nothing has sponsored me or asked me to promote any of their weirds. Okay, so all of this is bought by me, to be used by me for my own personal use. All right, And that's it. So let's get started. So we're going to start with some, let me just start this off too. I have no finished projects. I have none. No finished projects, objects, nothing. I have nothing that's finished, nothing. Everything is a whip. Okay, so I have all whips. All right. So I just want to give you an update on this whip. I've shown this in the past couple of podcasts. This is in my Oinks pigment bag. I love that bag. It's so funny. Pigs in flight. Right? I love that bag. So, this is my winter doldrum shawl. The young lady named, apparently her name is different. Her last name is changed. Sorry for the crinkle. I'm trying to open the shawl for you, the pattern for you to show you the shawl. Her last name is different, but this is the shawl. Winter Doldrum Shawl by, can you see, Marsha Ibuku. And she is the Fairy Little podcast, okay? So that's the Winter Doldrum Shawl. So I'm just about ready to start the decreases. I have to admit I have put it down since the Christmas season has started because of Christmas stuff going on. So, but I got pretty far with it, and blocking it would help it to even out, you know. So just about finished. And my cake, I'm just coming into, the colors are just starting to transition. So I have this pink, and it's just starting to transition. There you go. So this is gray. The center is like a pinky magenta color. All right. And this is a Freya yarn. Freya. I forget the colorway. This is a Freya yarn. It's a finger and weight shawl ball, and it's called Quartz Freya. Okay. It's a finger and weight yarn. It was 430 yards for 100 grams. Okay. And so that's just about finished. As soon as everything calms down for the season, I'll get back to that, because this again is a pretty quick knit. It's just garter stitch, so you're just knitting every round, knit, and you increase once every fourth round. You do an increase. So that's almost done. This is on my Chago's needles. This is a size 4, US 4, 3.5 millimeters. Okay. So that's that. That's the first width. Okay. Excuse the crinkling while I fix my bag back. Alright. By the way, let me just make y'all aware that I do not edit anything. I will not edit anything because I had did this vlog. I did this already. I called myself trying to edit, and you know what I did? I deleted it. So I'm done with that. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm done. All right. So some of these whips are gonna incorporate yarn hauls too. Oh, I just want to let y'all know too. Look, I got show notes to keep me on track. Okay, so hopefully that would help me to be a little more, or seem a little more organized. Okay, so then my next whip is just in a Metro Plus lunch bag. Okay, because that's what I had around, and I didn't put any lunch in it, so I put my whip in it. This whip contains Dollar Tree yarn. All right, so I like Dollar Tree yarn, and I want to show you the other whip that also is goes along with this. Okay, I got it right here. All right, so that's the pattern. So this is some Dollar Tree yarn that I got the other day, and so I'm using all of these colors inside the project. This is the blue. This is Stormy, which is a gray. Stormy. This is a blue. like a country blue. It'd be funny. This is called denim. This blue is called denim. Denim. And this is all from the Dollar Tree. Alright. And then I have this pumpkin color. Then this golden color. This is chocolate brown, and that's the colorway named chocolate. Okay. Then I have this crepe. The color name is crepe, so it's like a ecru or light, very, very light beige off-white color, like more ecru. And this, I love this color, burgundy. Burgundy is definitely my wheelhouse color. So I'm using, only one that has not been used in this whip is this burgundy. Alright. But the rest of them comprise the whip. So I'm going to show you that now. Alright, so here is my whip. Here is my whip. This is a hat. Isn't that cute? So this is the denim color for the brim, and then all the other colors make up the hat. Okay, and this is color work. This is a free pattern. This hat I'm making for my youngest son, and this is a free pattern by Yarnspirations. Okay, and it's called the Graphic Knit Fair Isle hat. Graphic Knit Fair Isle hat. Okay, so that way you can see. And in this pattern, the hat is using bulky weight. All right, but I'm doing it with worsted weight, and that's what it is so far. So this is worsted weight. I'm using the same stitch counts. I'm actually using I think the same needle size too, but just with bulky weight, US 9. I believe I'm using the same needle as well. I took out the needle to put it on another whip, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, and I believe the needle size is the same. Okay, so we'll look at that in a minute. So let me put this away so I can take out that one, that whip. Okay, so that is for my youngest son, because I like how his head looks in hats, you know. So the next whip is the same hat, but I'm making it for my kid's principal, and I'm making it out of Red Heart yarn because I also want to make a cowl from that hat. Okay, so I'm just making that out of Red Heart yarn, so that way, again, I have enough yarn to make the cowl. So I'm making his with this is Red Heart chocolate. Coffee. Red Heart black. Just black. Okay, that's an old Red Heart, and this is Red Heart gray heather. And this, I love this green right here. This is Red Heart medium thyme, and I love that color. That's beautiful. That is also one of my wheelhouse colors, and this gray as well. And then the last color that I'm using is Aran Fleck. Okay, so it was supposed to have blue in there, but I don't know what happened. I got thrown off somehow, and I forgot to incorporate the blue, so the blue didn't get in. Oh well. So when I do the cowl, the blue won't go in either. So this is the hat. I'm at the top. I'm at the top with the hat. Alright, so this is the hat that is in progress. And this is a Christmas gift. So the brim is black. Then you have the spikes with the gray heather. Then you have the Aran Fleck, the Thyme Spikes with the gray heather, and then it got black again, and then the Thyme, and then it moves up to the Aran Fleck with the the coffee, and then it should come into coffee, and then the top of the hat should be the black. All right, so, and then I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to make the cowl in the same pattern, because all I would do is just literally the same pattern, just add more stitches, so go like 110, I think, stitches, and just carry on with the pattern. And then instead of decreasing, obviously, you would just do the ribbing at the top as well. So I may do that because I like this pattern a lot. I also found another pattern that is free on Ravelry, and this one is called Line and Crenellation Cowl. Line and Crenellation Cowl. Alright, and I believe that's free on Ravelry. And that's a picture of the cowl right there. You see how it's close to the neck? And I know men, I think anyway, that men would more be comfortable wearing a cowl when it's close to the neck and not loose and, like flimsy. Like how, we we choose to leave it off and leave it hanging. I think that men would prefer it to be close. And that way it's tucked into their jacket collar, and they feel more masculine, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So that is that whip, okay? That is that whip for the baby's teacher's principal. And I'm gonna see if I can try and make some things for their teachers as well. Because again, we going back to school January 4th. We had a snowstorm here in New York on was it Thursday? Yes, either Wednesday night into Thursday. We had a snowstorm, so the school closed and everything was remote learning. How many people, raise your hand, remember a snow day was a day off from school? How many people remember that? I remember that. Raise up 2 hands, okay? Because normally, what I know is that when you have a snow day, ain't nobody teaching you nothing. You just figuring out how to get out there in the snow. But no, this is the 21st century, child, and they trying to teach you on a snow day. So guess what I was doing on a snow day? I'm running around the house with 3 children on 3 separate computers, trying to make sure everybody is in school and class and doing what they're supposed to do. What is that? It's not a snow day. It's crazy. So then they decided that they're going to continue with remote learning on the Friday too, and that will be the last day of school, and we'll see you January 4th. So Friday was a half a day. Again, I'm running around on 3 separate computers trying to get everybody into their sessions at the time that the sessions was going. And praise the Lord, everything went well. I had to use my phone for a minute, and everybody had iPad. I still got to buy one more laptop so that way the iPad and the 2 laptops can get used in case we do not get back into school for January 4th, and instead we go remote. So this is what is happening. All right, so I wanted to continue with the whips just so that I can get the whips out of the way. All right, so I don't know if you know who Marley Bird is. Marley Bird is a crochet and knit designer. Every year she puts on what's called the Turkey Trot. And that's put on around Thanksgiving. And she always has a knit and crochet design that she does during that time. And it's enjoyable. I've joined it, I think 3 times. Yes, 3 times. No time have I finished. There has been not one time that I've finished it, but I keep joining it with the desire that I will eventually finish one on time. So this is the Turkey Trot. It's over now, and the pattern is fully available on Ravelry. Okay, so this is the knit. I started the knit, and I'm still doing day one of the knit. Is this day one? No, I'm on day two. So I'm on day two of the knit project, and the knit, it has a lot of cables and stuff, and so I put it down because I was back and forth with this. Is it? I think that's back. Anyhow, this is, so they have some lace work. This is I'll show you the yarn in a minute. Alright, so it's a cable and some lace. Okay, let me see where you can see it best. I'm about to lose this stitch right here. Alright, no, because it's dark. Okay, oh Lord, the same stitch jumping off. What's wrong with you, stitch? Okay, the same stitch is dark. So this is, can you see? Right, so there's some cables, and you can see it like that in some ways in light. And there's some yarn, that's cables also. So it's like almost like a honeycomb stitch. Alright, and then they have here a lace section. A lace section, you see? And then more cable. So I'm gonna finish that. This called for a worsted weight yarn. So I'm using from Stash Red Heart Claret. I like that claret color. That is such a pretty color. Red Heart Claret. That is a nice deep burgundy wine color. And this is, I'm trying to tell you the yardage, 364 yards. So you need about 2,200 yards if you're making the largest size for this. The ending project is a Ruana for knit, and the crochet is a pocket shawl. Again, this is already over, so it's no longer a mystery. You can get the pattern either from her website, free, and just follow day by day, or you can go to Ravelry and buy the whole pattern. And once that blocks out, the lace will open up and the stitches will relax, and that would be very nice. So I have enough yarn to finish that. Again, that's yarn from Stash, and I had to actually buy 3 more of the claret to completely finish the project. Okay, so let me see, trying to see what other whip I have that I can show you, so that way we can get the whips out there. Oh, let me show you the crochet version of that Ruana, so of this turkey trot. So the crochet version is a pocket shawl. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the pockets over because I'm not happy with the pockets. I think I can get it to be more even, but again, if it blocks out. So this is Aran Fleck. Again, it's Red Heart. That's the Aran Fleck. And I also had this Stitch Studio by Nicole Fleck as well, Aran Fleck. And surprisingly, it's literally the same yarn. So the fact that AC Moore, as we bend our head and just give a moment of silence to AC Moore, as AC Moore is out of business right now, the Red Heart Fleck and the AC Moore, this is Stitch Studio by Nicole, and this is called Cream Speck. Cream Speck. So if you got this in Stash and you don't have no more, you can go ahead and get some Red Heart Aran Fleck, and that will match it 100%. Okay, so that's how much I have left. I'm now at the point where I can join the pockets. Okay, And I can't wait to block this and open this up. All right. This is so pretty. I like that so much. And if you go to Ravelry and you see her actual finished object, oh my God, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And the block, she used her own yarn, Marley Chic Sheep. Is her yarn brand, and that's a 100% merino wool, and that's a nice yarn. And it's a merino wool, and it's $10 per skein, and that is a cheap price point for 100% merino wool. Okay, so I'm thinking I might do these pockets over, or I might just block them. But if I block them, I'm gonna kill the acrylic, and I don't know if that would fix my problem. It probably will. So I don't know. I'm on the fence, but it feels like and it feels like I will rip that out and do those pockets over. My count was off somewhere. I had stopped paying attention to something, and my count was off. But that's the crochet version of the turkey trot. Okay. And I have my last, I think it's my last whip. As I look around, and I think things are around. Okay, I'm not a singer. So this is Loopy Mango Knitting. This is an awesome book. It has all chunky designs. This book is about, I think it's $30, $28, something like that, but it's a nice book. So if you are new to crochet, if you are not new to crochet, new to knitting, if you are not new to knitting, I recommend this book if you want to try, because this is a nice book. The patterns are all chunky yarn, super chunky yarn, and I think that it is something that's easy for everybody to do, and you should be able to manage. I think, in my opinion, you should be able to manage. I don't think that it's a difficult book to navigate. Okay, so this is called the Her Cardigan. All right, there we go. This is called Her Cardigan, right? Like her cardigan. And I'm making that for my mother. All right, so this is pretty. I want to make one for myself. This is where my Lion Brand Woolly Stick and Quick obsession continued, because there's another pattern that used Lion Brand Thick and Quick, and I fell in love with that pattern, and I'm going to show you that because I have the yarn for that. But that will be on another video. The next video that I make, I'm going to show you all of my perspective makes for 2021. And that pattern that I'm talking about is also part of that. And these are all things that I already have the yarn for, and then future makes, which I don't have the yarn for. But everyone that I have the yarn for, I will show you next time on the next podcast, okay? So that Her Cardigan, I started December 29th, 2019. My mother's birthday is January 12th. So the intentions at that time was to make that incomplete for her birthday. So the intentions this time is try to finish it for her Christmas. And I think I can do it because I'm on the sleeves from yesterday. I just started the sleeves, and I split for the sleeves since last year, and I put it down. I don't remember why. But this is the cardigan so far. My mother is a short lady. She's short and she's small. Okay. So this is, I hope you can see it. I'm not sure. Okay. That is the sweater there. And you can see it's garter stitch here on the shoulder. And then this is the whole, this is the bottom ribbing. And all of this is going to get ribbon on the side, on the inside. There's no buttons, but I'm thinking of how to put buttonholes. All right. So that's that. I'm almost done with this sleeve. I have 4 more rounds, and then I decrease, and then I do the cuff. All right, so I think I can definitely get this done before Christmas so that when she come by, she can have that to open, which I would love. Okay, and this is made from Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick, and this is called Gemstone, and this is like a nice taupey beige with some silver stellina running through it. Stellina, or what is the other name they call it? Acrylic, and I forget what the other name is. Stellina is what we gonna call it right now. Okay, I forget the other name. Polyamide, I don't know. All right, but we gonna hang out with Stellina, and that's gonna be all right. Okay, so I'm hoping that that would be finished, because that is you see how the ribbon, I love the ribbon. That's the ribbon at the bottom. You know, again, my plight with ribbon. Oh my goodness. When I had first started knitting, between purling and ribbing, I didn't know which one first came from the devil, because it seemed like all of them was just of the devil. There was a demon in that ribbon, and a spirit in the purling. And everything needed rebuking. I couldn't understand what was happening between purling and ribbon. There's a demon and a spirit. But have overcome both of them, and praise the Lord, I am victorious. All right. So the last thing now is a make that is a gift for a friend that I'm trying to also get out of here by tomorrow. So I'm going to work on this first today and get this over, because this is crochet. So I'm praying to God that I can crochet fast enough. We are using a PQ clover hook. So it's a massive hook. So I'm hoping that I can just get through this and get it over with today. And I guess right now I'm on the side part where I'm squaring it out to start the granny square round. So this now is called the Solitude Blanket. Alright, and that's by, it's a crochet pattern, and that is by One Dog Wolf. One Dog Wolf. And this, I believe, is a pay-for-it pattern on Ravelry. And she also had a kit on Knit Collage, you know, so you can get the kit on Knit Collage if you are so inclined to treat yourself to some nice what do you want to call that yarn? Fancy yarn, because it's not normal, but it's some nice chunky yarn. Some nice, yeah, fancy yarn is fine. All right, so this now, I'm in the middle of making it, going around to make the circle into a square. And I think I just need to pull back somewhere, because I think I need to, something I missed is what I recall as to why I put it down, because it was annoying me. So that's the center medallion. Okay, that's the center medallion. All right, I'm trying to show you. Oh, I got the string running across there. That's the center medallion, and this is part of the lace. Okay, and then this is a corner. That's why I have it marked off. So this is a corner, and you do treble crochets in the corner to bring it to that height, and then double crochets in the center, treble crochets in the corner. All right, so I just need to fix that so that I can be sure I'm on the right round, and then it's just straight up granny square from there. And I'm doing a variety of layered cakes, as well as some Woolly Stick and Quick to get that done. So this is Woolly Stick and Quick, and this is the Stormfront colorway. Okay, Stormfront colorway. Alright, and this one is the Lovely Layers Karen Cake, Sprinkle Cake. And this is the Purple Velvet colorway. This is Purple Velvet. Alright, Purple Velvet. Okay. And I'm also using the Lion Brand's Woolly Stick and Quick Fisherman colorway. Fisherman. Alright. So all of those colors incorporated. And the blue, I'm not seeing the ball band for the blue, but that is Petrol. That is Lion Brand's Petrol. Woolly Stick and Quick Petrol. 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 Like the gas. Petrol. Alright. So that's what that is. And I'm hoping to get that finished today. Again, massive hook, massive yarn. That would be my first make for the morning. Alright. And that is in my Awesome Granny Knitting Chickens extra large bag. Knitting Chickens. That's an extra large bag, and that was on sale. Her extra large bags are, I think, $60, and they are worth it. But I had a coupon, and I used it without any discretion. I will show you a future project because I already have the yarn. I don't know if you recall when I was going over my whips before, I was talking about frog and stuff. So this is one whip that I did frog, which was previously the Autumn League pullover. So I frogged that, and I will use the yarn now, which is Red Heart Dreamy. Red Heart Dreamy, which is a 4-weight yarn. Okay, and this is in the color gray. Alright, so this is Red Heart Dreamy in gray. I frogged it. I have everything balled up or caked up. And I will be making the Dearborn Cardi. So this is a test knit that I was doing. And it's a paid for pattern. I'm sure it's out by now. I'm not sure where to find it. I'm not sure if it's on Ravelry or not. I'm not sure. But that is what I will be doing. And I actually ordered some more Red Heart Dreamy from Michaels to complete the project because I only had that amount of yarn to do for the Autumn League pullover previously. So now I have enough that I can finish that particular cardigan, which is obviously bigger than the Autumn League pullover. So there we go with that. Okay, we coming down. All right. So now, where do we go? Let's see. We did the Autumn League pullover. We did whips, right? We did some whips. Oh, I'm missing one whip. Well, it's amongst the stuff. If I could find it amongst the stuff, then I would show you. Look, it's all the way over there. Give me 1 minute. Okay, sorry. You was all up in my Sorry. Okay, so this is one more whip that I have. It's also a hat that I'm making with the Dollar Tree yarn. The Dollar Tree yarn is actually good yarn for Hat Not Hate stuff. So if you are doing hats for Hat Not Hate, buy up all the blue that you see, whether it be chunky or worsted, and there you go. Premier Just Yarn. And this is called Azuri. I don't know how to say. Like, do you roll the R? What do you do with that R? I don't know. So, and what do you do with that Z? Do you pronounce that? I have no idea. So, I don't know. But that's the color. It's like a darker country blue to me. That's what it reminds me. Or a lighter royal blue would be probably a better description. A lighter royal blue. And I think it's a nice yarn. It feels nice. And the pattern that I'm doing is one of Ross from Smells Like Yarn guy. This is a free pattern on his website. And this is called the Starting Grid. And it's a all over ribbed hat. Alright. And this is where I am. I'm at the top. I'm just starting my decreases. And this will be for Hat Not Hate. Alright. And I love the ribbon at the bottom and the ribbon at the top. It's just a nice hat. It's squishy and soft. It's squishy, squishy. It's alright. It's a nice hat. Okay. So that is Hat Not Hate. Okay. And I think that's the last F4. If I should come across another one, I will gladly let you know. Okay. So now I wanted to talk to you about something that we did the last time. Uh-oh. I do have one more whip. All right. It's not readily available to me. So once we cut down on some of this stuff, I should be able to get to it. And then that way I can talk to you about it. Okay? So in the meantime, we're going to move on and see about the yarn, I think. So now I want y'all to understand that these are accumulated yarn hauls from various retail therapy issues and issues of broken countenance. I couldn't leave some of it, and also issues where temptation just got the best of me. So those are all the scenarios, but this is an accumulated yarn haul. It's not just all one day of shopping. Remember, I have children. People got to eat. Lights got to be on. Okay, so no, it's not all one day. So let's just conclude with or begin with the yarn haul from Knit Crate, right? So Knit Crate, as you know, is a monthly subscription crate, but you are also able to purchase extra yarn if you so choose, at a discounted price. And I so chose to get some yarn because I was very pleased with the colors last month for that yarn. So I had wanted to purchase a sweaters quantity of the yarn that was available last month because it was just such a nice color. A nice color blue, a nice color brown, and a nice mauve color. So those colors just was like, wow, those are pretty. And I just wanted to make sure that I was able, sorry I'm bending and talking. I was able to get enough to make the sweater that I wanted to make. Alright, so I'm just trying to find back the yarn. Okay, here it goes. Okay, so the winner, because I asked you all to help me choose which yarn to get for the sweaters quantity, and the winner, I was the deciding vote. The winner was the mauve color, which is Raphael. Let's see. So that's mauve. It is called Ambient Worsted. And this is Raphael. Okay. And so that one. But do not be fooled. I said I liked the brown. And I did like it. And you know what I did? I got the brown. So I got the brown anyway. This is the brown colorway. This is called Stipple, and that's a nice brown. And it's been a long time since I've seen a nice brown, so I went ahead and got that nice brown also in a sweater quantity so that I could do a nice sweater from that. So the sweater that I plan to do is called the Sabino. It's called the Sabino cardigan, and that's by Pippin Pin. You can buy that pattern separately, or you can buy it as part of the because she has a what is that called now? She has a pattern pack that you can buy if you so choose to buy that. You can get that, or you can get it by itself. So I'm just pulling up the picture so you can see this Sabino cardigan. It's a nice cardigan. All right, so hopefully you can see that. Okay, let's see if we can make it less bright. Maybe you can see it better. All right, so that's her. Look at this young lady. She did her cardigan and she's super happy about it. You know, so she's super happy. She finished her sweater. All right, so this is this sweater. That's our Pippin Pin. Let's go back. And that's the maker. That's another young tester that she had. And that's the same tester from before. That's the pockets. You see how nice? That's just a nice cardigan. So the stipple will be that cardigan. Okay. Let me see if I can make it brighter. Maybe you can see that is her. Yeah. You see how that is just nice, and it lays nice and it drapes nice. It's a nice sweater. All right, so that's what stipple will be. It will be that cardigan, the Sabino cardigan. Sabino Canyon. Sabino Canyon cardigan. Do 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 do. Sabino Canyon cardigan. Okay, so that's the name of it, by Pippin Pin, which is Megan Nodecker. All right, so that's that for that. Okay, also from Knit Crate is some yarn that I've been eyeing for a while, because that is also one of my favorite colors. I don't like highlighter type colors. I like I don't know if it's called neon, but a Granny Smith green apple color. I like that color. I don't like neon green or just like, no, super bright stuff. I can't deal with it. But Granny Smith apple green, I can deal with that. Sage green, I love it. Evergreen, oh my God, yes. You know, so that deep teal color, oh, beautiful greens. Those kind of greens I can deal with. So when I seen that at Knit Crate, I needed that. And this is called, the colorway is called Unwind, and it's 55% fine merino wool, 30% alpaca, 15% mulberry silk, and it's 220 yards. And this is a worsted weight. This is a worsted weight yarn, okay? And I love that color, that apple green color. It looks a little brighter right there, you know, but that apple green color. So I got me a sweater quantity in that, and that would be, I don't think, not a sweater, but a t-shirt, because I actually have a t-shirt in this color already, like a regular cloth t-shirt in that color already. So I really like that color. All right, I just wanted to show you also some other yarns that I got from Dollar Tree. All right, and again, it's the same Premier Just yarn, just different colors, browns and pinks and mauves. Okay, so we'll figure that out, what we're gonna do with that. All right, what else we got here? We have, let me show you this. We'll take a break from the yarn just so I can show you these two bags I've been trying to show y'all for the longest, because I want to use them. So I brought 2 bags from Joji Locatelli. She's based in Buenos Aires, right? Buenos Aires, Argentina. She's based there, and she is a knitwear designer. And she has recently launched a leather bag company as well. So I've purchased once before from her Pampas bucket bag, which is a small bag. It's very cute, and I got it in a brown color. It's supposed to be for projects, but this is just, it's too nice for projects in my opinion. So this is the large bag. Let me tell you the name in a minute. All right, so this is a CBA. The CBA, C like cat, B like boy, A like apple. And this is just a large tote bag, but it is nice. It's a nice leather. It's metallic leather. You can see the sheen on it. And it's just a nice size, a nice deep tote bag. Try not to hit myself with the straps. It's a nice deep tote bag. Obviously it's black inside, so you see in a black hole. So this is the CBA tote bag, and it's a nice metallic black. Black is my color when it comes to tote bags or bags in general. I don't do a lot of different colors. Like the next color that I would get would be like a chestnut brown color. Other than that, black is what it is, you know. So the next bag I got is the CBA. What is this called again? The box tote. The box tote bag. And this is a nice, this would be my everyday bag right here until I'm ready for another everyday bag. So this is the CBA, the box tote. You see that? That is just a nice bag. Alright, and it has a pocket here, and it has 2 pockets in the front, and it has 2 pockets on the inside. And that's just a nice size bag, and it's a box bottom bag. Alright, that's just a nice bag. So now that I've shown y'all, I can use it. And it came in these muslin bags here, and that's a good size bag for a project. And there's 2 of them, so I got 4 bags in total, in my opinion. Okay, so that's those 2 bags. So let me see, we can stay on bags for a little bit, and let me tell you about these other bags that I got here. Okay, so again, referring back to Marley Bird, she initially had a collaboration with Moogly blog. So they did a collaboration with Erin Lane bag, and they had a project bag created with special fabric. So Marley Bird is her logo, and then Moogly blog, her logo is an octopus. So this is a project bag, a large project bag with both their logo, the Marley Bird and the Moogly octopus. Okay, and it's just a straight bag. Alright, and you see the Marley Bird and the octopus there. Okay, it's not box bottom. It's not a box bottom, but it is a drawstring, and it's just plain white on the inside. And it's not, again, not box bottom. Okay. The next bag also was a Marley Bird bag. This is just a bag to collaboration again with Erin Lane, but it's for her turkey trot, and it's called Marley Made Me Do It. So she has a large and a small version, and these were all pre-ordered. So this is the Marley Made Me Do It fabric, and as you can see, you see the bird smashing the like button. That's one of her tags, and the Marley Made Me Do It is also one of her tags. Okay, and that's just pretty fabric as well. So that's the large size. These 3 bags, this is the small size. It's the same fabric, same bird doing the same stuff. And that was all pre-made, pre-ordered for the turkey trot. Okay, and also for the the turkey trot and I can't remember what they were doing together. They were doing something together that they had did that. So in order to get free shipping, I ordered one more bag. And this is just a regular sweater bag that she had on her website. This one has a handle and a drawstring. So in the beginning here, you see llamas or alpacas, whichever. Okay. And then on the back, it's like, I don't know, is that tattoos? What does that represent? I don't know. I'm saying tattoos because that's what it looked like to me. I really don't get it, but whatever. I like the pattern on the fabric. I like that it's two different fabrics together like that. I'm not really sure how they go together. I'm not 100% understanding, but it's okay. This one is a box bottom, and the inside again is white. All right, there's no interfacing inside the bag, so the bag is not stiff. All right, the last bag I want to show you. This bag I actually heard about from Chevy Rail, from Chevy Rail Stuff podcast. You know, grab your drink, Chevy Rail. I like her. She is so funny. She is too funny for me. So I like her a lot, and I enjoy her podcast when they come on. So she was talking about this foundation here, Fospice, which is the One More Day Foundation, okay? And they are basically a hospice for your pet. So they take in pets that are basically, you know, needing a home or a shelter for their last days on this earth, you know? I thought that that was wonderful. I am a hospice nurse currently, and I came from, my background is emergency room nursing, and now that I'm working in hospice, you know, you get to see the before and the after, and I understand definitely how hospice is beneficial to humans, so why would it not be equally beneficial to pets, correct? So they were selling project bags as a promotion to help raise funds for the foundation. And I fell in love with this one, primarily because of the husky there in the middle. That dog is smiling very big and bright. It's the same pattern on the other side, and it's hot pink. Hot pink is a color that you can give me any day. I love a hot pink. I don't know why, but hot pink is a color that I can always get, right? So the husky is super happy about everything. I'm sorry, but I think this is what, an outstation? What is that called? This is I want to call it Afghan something. But I know this is some kind of exotic dog, but the lips, the lips is killing me because all I see, God forgive me, but all I see is rabies, right? That's because that's what happens. When the dogs have rabies, they foam at the mouth, right? So that's what that reminds me of. And this dog over here is just fully upset. It just looking like, you know, why would you choose to put me in all of these flowers? You got flowers everywhere on my shirt, and then you're going to stick it on my head too. Why? Why would you do that? You know, so that dog, that dog looked highly upset. This dog right here is super happy, and I'm just like praying for this dog over here. My God. But go ahead and check out that website. Again, it is One More Day Foundation. That's the website right there. One More Day Foundation. And you can see if they have any more project bags left. It's a worthy cause if you're a dog lover or a pet lover. And I believe, I'm not sure if they do it for cats as well. I'm not sure. But apparently they definitely do it for dogs. So check it out and see if you can help support that foundation. I think that's a worthy way to spend your money. Okay? In support of something that is worthy. All right. So we are moving right along. We are doing good. I am checking off my notes as I go, and I am having a good old time doing it. So I want to go through I want to show you some stuff here. So what we got next on the list? All right, so let's do this here. We're going to do Southern Skeins, okay? So Laura from Mad Mimi Crochet subscribe to Southern Skeins Not Sock Yarn Club, which is great. I like not sock yarn because you know most clubs is finger and weight sock yarn. Okay, so this is the not sock yarn club, and this is the pattern suggestions for the sock yarn. Okay, and this is the yarn description there. All right, so it's 100%. It's 100 grams, 120 yards of the colorway. The colorway is called Autumn, and it's 80% superwash merino, 15% alpaca, baby alpaca, and 5% tweed net. All right, and this is the yarn here. It's very pretty, very pretty. It's like some corals, some reds, some oranges, and some tweed nets in there. I believe this is a I believe that is either worsted weight. I think it's worsted weight. It looked like worsted. So hopefully it's worsted. Alright, and then you have the little goodie bag. This is around Thanksgiving. So it sent it out in this little grateful bag. We have a Eucalyptus sample. We have a tea, pomegranate cranberry tea, and we have a stitch marker. That is a slice of pumpkin pie with a dollop of Cool Whip. So I think I would, it's December already, I don't know. I'm probably too late already to get the December one, right? Because we are already halfway done with December. If you can believe that. Who else felt like this year was fast and slow at the same time? This whole year didn't make any sense, but praise the Lord anyhow, child. We almost done. We're going to start a new year soon enough, right? And we'll see what happens in that new year. All right, so that was the Southern Skein Not Sock Yarn Club. That's fun. I like that. Jimmy Bean's Wools, they also had a mystery grab bag. A DK weight and finger and weight grab bag. So I got the DK weight grab bag. It's Madeline Tosh yarn, and this is the color that I got. It was 3 skeins of DK weight yarn, and I had got the dark colorway. All right, so this one is like a light gray tonal yarn, and this is called Great Gray Owl. And this is a DK twist. It is 250 yards. It is a DK weight yarn, okay? And it's 100% merino wool. And this one is called Scratched Record. And this is like a tonal charcoal gray versus black. All right, and that's tonal, very nice. And it's called Scratched Record. And this is also DK twist on 100% merino wool, and it's also 250 yards, okay? And the last one is just a regular natural color yarn. This is an undyed yarn. I don't see any tonal situation going on, so I will call this undyed. And this one is 225 yards, and it's Tosh DK, so it's a different DK. The other two are twist. DK twist, so I'm not really sure what's the difference between that, but this one is Tosh DK, and it's called One of a Kind. All right, so that was my Jimmy Bean's Wool grab bag. I'm sure they probably have some more. You can always check. There was one mystery bag that I had did with them, and the colors were so nice I had went back to get another one, and by the time I went back there, it was all said and done. All done. I missed out. It's all right. Sometimes you just need to miss out, right? Because you don't necessarily need it. All right. Going back to Knit Crate. I had joined the Knit Crate Dyer Club, because I wanted to try it. Why not? Everybody seems to be dyeing yarn nowadays. So I wanted to try my hand at it as well. So this is number 1. And the girl that does Kim Knits on YouTube, she is the one who is supplying the tutorials for it. So I'm hoping to get into that and dye some yarn in the new year. And this comes with Jacquard acid dyes. This is bright yellow. This one is brilliant blue. And the last one is fire red. Okay, and you have your yarn. This is Superwash Sport Merino, and this is undyed. Okay, I might throw that other yarn in there, who knows. Okay, and then you have your level 1 semi-solids. You see your book, and you have, this is citric acid. You have your gloves, you have your ties, and you have your dye. This tells you just what's included. So for the new year, who knows, you know, I may become a part-time yarn dyer if I can pull it off and I can get colors to come out beautifully. It's a big talent, and I hope that I'm able to master that, because that would definitely be something that I would enjoy doing. All right. Let's see what else I got here. Knit Crate dye, marking that off the list. Oh, I wanted to show you also, if I could find it. All right, so that's something else that we're gonna come back to, because I'm not sure what I did with it. All right, we'll come back to that. So I went to my local thrift store, which is called Savers here in New York. And I really like that thrift store. That thrift store is very nice. Very, very nice. You can find all kind of household items, clothing for children, particular, with the tags still on it and everything, name brand clothes, regular clothes, all kind of stuff. And it's very nice. I went there the other day because my daughter is 8 years old, but she's growing, and she needed some pants. So I went there and I got her some pants. And I also got me a friend. He's so fluffy, you know. He's so fluffy. When I seen him and I picked him up, oh my God, I just felt like the little girl in what's that movie? The movie with Krug. What's his name? The Minions movie. And she, oh, he's so fluffy, and that's exactly he's so fluffy, a big old brown bear. So what I did, I have 2 other bears that I plan to make sweaters for. So I plan to make him a sweater too. He is so sweet. He is so sweet. So I got my friend. His name is, I don't know what's his name. Y'all want to help me name him? How sweet. I need a sweet name though. He is so sweet. So that's for me. I got that for me. And you know, you can't go to the thrift store without looking for yarn. What's the sense in that, right? It don't make no sense. It's a thrift store. They got yarn, cause they got yarn. So I went to the yarn section and I found me some spools of yarn. Who don't love a spool of yarn? Okay. So this one right here, look at that. There you go. I think that, can you see? Kind of see? It's like beigey, and it has greens and blues and oranges and I don't know what colors, greens, blue, beige, orange, in that. And this is called if y'all didn't know, when you have a spool of yarn, the information for the yarn is in the spool. Okay, so just so that you're aware, a spool of yarn is not just like, oh, what is that? No, the information is right here on a tag, usually, if it's not written on the cone itself. So this one is from Lanatex Yarns Ltd, and this is called Rainbow, and this is 55% cotton, 25% polyester, 10% acrylic. Okay, and this is a space dyed. right? But this is a fingering weight yarn, or a lace weight. It's a in between for me, in between a fingering and a lace weight. You could definitely hold this double. You see how thin that is? That can definitely be held double um, with something, right? So I bought the something to hold it double with, which is this one. This is like a blue metallic. It's all the sparkles, a royal blue sparkly yarn, and this again also is a lace weight. You see, and you can hold the two together and marl them, and that is a fingering weight, definitely. And that would be a beautiful mauled shawl. Beautiful. I can see that. I can see it. Beautiful with the sparkles and everything. So that's what I got. This one, it says it's from Sunray Yarn Company, and it's called Royal, and it's called Velrex. So I'm not sure what that is. It does not feel woolly to me, so I'm gonna believe it to be an acrylic of some kind. Okay, but I got those two yarns. I relaxed myself. There was about 5 of these spools here in there, and because it's a thrift store, you leave it, you're not coming back to find it. So yes, I did have all 5. Oh my God. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did have all 5 of them in my cart, and I did take them out. So I just came home with this one and that blue, and I was satisfied with that. But yes, I started off with all 5 of them in my cart. All right, so that's my thrift store haul. Okay. Next, I want to show you some more yarn that I got from Michaels. So again, let me show you first the Deal Genius yarn. I got yarn from Deal Genius. Okay, so Deal Genius is a website that has a variety of stuff for discount prices, but they also have a yarn section, and normally the yarns are like $3 for 3 skeins of yarn for like $9 or $4, depending on the type of yarn. So every now and again, they show up with some Lion Brand's wool spun. And a lot of the wool spun that I have, I got from this website. So I was looking one day, and look, they had Lion Brand wool spun royal blue, right? So I ordered 4 packages of 3, right, which is 12 yarn skeins. I got 2 packages of royal blue, and for whatever reason, I got 2 packages of pewter. Periwinkle. Periwinkle. So I contacted Deal Genius, and I explained to them that I got 2 packages of royal blue and 2 packages of periwinkle, and they apologized and they refunded me the cost, because they didn't email me to tell me, that they were out of the royal blue, and this is asked me if I wanted the replacement or anything. They just sent it, so obviously that didn't go by the people that needed to know that the royal blue was out. But I give thanks anyway, because I have the royal blue, which I wanted, and now I have the periwinkle. I think periwinkle is like a light lavender kind of bluish color. So I'm gonna try to see if I can make a hat not hate for that, and see how that color looks in that. All right. But that was and I've ordered from Deal Genius before, so I've never had any issues with them at all, with delivery or otherwise. So this is the first incident, but it was resolved quickly and in a favorable outcome in my favor. So I thank them for that. All right. So now this next haul is just an accumulated Michael's yarn haul. It's accumulated. All right. Again, it's accumulated. It wasn't a one-day thing. All right, some of it came in the mail, some of it I was there in the store picking it up. All right, so this is just Lion Brand's Woolies. Again, I like this Lion Brand Woolly. I like it a lot. This is the Carousel colorway. And I also got the Astroland colorway. And I got the City Lights colorway. Alright. So Carousel, Astroland, okay, Astroland, and the City Lights colorway. Alright, which is like a dark navy with the colored specks in it. So this I think will be also Hat Not Hate, and the other one I'm trying to see if I can make one of my patients some socks for that, because I never made socks before, but thick yarn and socks, I think that will go pretty quick, and it should not be too much of a headache, I'm thinking. And he's a nice guy, so that's why I would make the effort to do so. I also got this neon pink, which is, I love it. You know that neon pink, navy blue, and white is beautiful together. So I'm going to make a Hat Not Hate with some color work that includes this pink. So it's going to be neon pink, navy blue, and probably like a lighter blue, just to stay within the 75% range for the blue. But definitely that navy blue and this blue will go together. All right. And this is another micro yarn that I love. This is the raspberry color. I love that color so much. That magenta color is definitely in my house. I don't know why I love hot pink, neon pink. I love that. You know, green, neon, no, but hot pink, yes. Okay, those two colors. This is, again, raspberry. I love that color. There's a color at Joann's called Violet. It's a little bit darker than this, but that color, oh my God, it's so rich. I have a couple of skeins of that in here too. And every time I see it, I'm just so tempted to buy it over and over and over again, just because I love that color so much at Joann. That's a beautiful color. That's Joann's house brand color also. This next yarn is a new colorway for the Karen Skinny Cakes. When I seen it, I immediately needed it. Needed it like air, like water. And this is called Rose Water. Look at that. How could you leave that? How could you leave that? How could you leave that? How could you? Love it. And I got two of them. Two of them. This one is, it's like it's wound differently, so the lighter colors are showing on this one. But how could you leave that? Oh my God. I love that so much. And I'm thinking maybe a C2C blanket. What shows up, you know, because the Karen cakes are, the colors, you know how they do, you know, how you got these breaks in the color. So I'm thinking that maybe the C2C blanket would do better with that. I don't know. I'm thinking. In addition to that, I also got some more Unforgettable, because you can't get enough of Unforgettable. I love Unforgettable. It's beautiful. And the reason why I got Unforgettable was because I forget who was doing. Was it Rose Light Crochet? I want to believe it was Rose Light Crochet, and she did like a moss stitch. Yes, it was Rose Light Crochet, and she did a moss stitch hat, and she did it in